This is a Python program that will help us determine the body mass index of the user. The body mass index is the body fats based on the user's height and weight. So let us print the title, which is let us determine your body mass index or BMI. So we will be asking for the user's weight and height. So we will be using the float type so that we can capture numbers with decimals. So we will be using variable WT to get the user's weight in kilograms, and then we will be using variable HT to store the user's height in meters. So the formula for getting the BMI is weight divided by height squared. Let us first get the product for the height. So height multiplied by height, we will store it in height 2 in the variable height 2. And then we will be using variable BMI to store the result. So we will also be using the if, elif, and else function. So if the result or the BMI is lesser than or equal to 18.9, we will be printing your BMI, and then let's get up to 2 decimal numbers, and then state or define the condition which is underweight. So we will also be using the format function to print our desired text. Now let's move to the other condition using the if function again. So if the BMI is greater than or equal to 19 and it is lesser than or equal to 24.9, then we will print the same format. We will be printing the BMI and state the definition, which is you are normal. So for our next condition, we will be using elif. So elif, if the BMI is greater than or equal to 25 and less than or equal to 29.9, then we will be printing the BMI, plus we will define it as overweight. And lastly, if these three conditions are not met, say for example it's higher than 29.9, we will be using the else function to print the BMI and the definition, which is obese. So to test this program, let's run it. So my weight in kilograms is 65 and I am 1.51 and I have 1.51 meters in height. So it is 28.51 and I am overweight. So this is working. This is a Python program wherein we will be creating a simple multiplication table, and we will be asking for the user to select the multiplicand or input the multiplicand and the range of numbers as the multiplier. So first, we will be using variable a to ask for the user to input the multiplicand. And then, we will be asking the user for the range of numbers as the multiplier. So let's print multiply the range of numbers from, we will store it in variable f and variable t. Let's also print a title, and the title states multiplication table for the number that the user will input, which is a. So let's print it using the format function and capture variable a. Next, we will be using the for loop. So we will declare variable x for the range from numbers that was stored from variable f to t. So f and then t plus 1. And then the product, we will store it in variable p. So the number that was entered by the user as the multiplicand multiplied to the numbers from the variable f to t that is stored in variable x. And then we will print a text that states the multiplicand multiplied to the particular range of numbers equals the product. So we will also be using the format function. And let's see, check this. So I will be choosing number 5 as the multiplicand, and I want it to be multiplied from numbers 1 to 10. So this is the multiplication table for the number 5.